CZ75 Compact is just one pistol in the extensive line of CZ pistols. The CZ75 Compact is, of course, a standard CZ75 with a slightly shortened grip and a 3.9-inch barrel in lieu of the 4.6-inch barrel. As with the CZ75B and CZ75BD, the CZ75 Compact has a lot of things going for it and going against it as a concealed carry pistol as compared to more modern firearms. Stay tuned, because I am going to tell you all about it. Of course, the basic specifications do not tell the whole story, and hopefully, I can provide you with what the late Paul Harvey used to say is the rest of the story. Like the full-size CZ75, the styling of the CZ75 Compact is timeless, at least since 1975. The slide is embedded into the full-length rails, a takeoff of the Sig Sauer P210 within the slide, which gives the pistol its low profile and adds to the accuracy of the pistol. Features of other pistols are also incorporated into the final design of the CZ75 pistols, such as the cam locking system, like that used in the Browning high-power pistol, and a manual safety, also like that of the Browning high-power. The 6-groove barrel has traditional land and groove rifling with a higher than standard rate of twist, 1 in 9.7. The front edge of the frame has been beveled or otherwise rounded off, and one can expect some reduced holster wear in that area. Frame around the muzzle and around the trigger area has been inlet. The trigger housing has been rounded and the front area of the trigger guard serrated for those who like to lay a finger on that area. The trigger guard has been slightly undercut to allow as full a grip as possible. The finish is impeccable and evenly applied. The top of the slide, like its bigger brothers, has serrations to prevent glare. The 3-dot sighting system is bold and luminescent, which means that the sights will glow in bright sunlight or when charged by a flashlight or bright light. At my local gun club and range, sights worked very well for me, at least long enough for me to complete a range session. The grip is at an angle that is very conducive to, well, gripping. Grip panels on this model are polymer, and were changed out to a more favorable set of grip panels made of wood, and then later to G10 grip panels, but then later changed back to my preferred wood grip panels. I know that I vacillate between grips at times, and my mother warned me that I would grow hair on the palms of my hands if I continued to do so. But I continue to vacillate between grips on many handguns, even to this day. There are plenty of grips available for the CZ75 Compact, and while I prefer the wood grip panels, sometimes newer technology works out, and I am not adverse to modern technology as long as it works. The controls, safety, and slide lock are large and in charge. The safety lever has 2 positions, safe, up, and fire, down with the red dot visible. As large as the controls are, They are well blended into the overall look of the pistol. The CZ75, in any form, is a pleasing pistol to look at. CZ has coated the pistol in what they call black polycoat. That does not mean that the pistol is shiny. It is not, which is fine with me, because shiny pistols are harder to conceal. I wear a dark t-shirt as part of my casual dress, and a black pistol and holster makes a good concealment option. Something to rail about is not about an accessory rail, which the CZ75 Compact does not have. It is about what you cannot see, and that matters. Full-length railed CZ75 frame, in all formats, incorporates an internal rail rather than an external rail as found on a lot of pistols. The slide rides low in the frame and provides a low bore axis, which also aids in reducing felt recoil. Some complain that there is not enough slide height to grasp, as compared to what they are used to. Well, that is a personal thing. A little adaptation on part of the user, and everything will fall into place. If you have the propensity to jerk a trigger, then the CZ75 trigger is meant for you, to break that bad habit. The double-action trigger pull is around 11 pounds, 0.7 ounce on an average, and long from the full rest position. But the destination is worth the journey, because after the hammer falls, the pistol is in single action mode, where 5 pounds, 4.3 ounces of rearward pull drops the hammer again. With the safety in the safe position, the trigger is taken out of commission. That means that you can carry the pistol in condition 1, just like a 1911, whereas the hammer is cocked and locked over a chambered cartridge. Press the safety lever down, just like with a 1911 pistol, and the pistol is ready to fire. Most would, like me, carry in double action mode, or condition 2, from the quarter cock rest. Not that I do not like carrying in condition 1, but because the pistol is double action capable, I just prefer double action in this case. Comparability. To someone unknowing, trying to figure out where the CZ75 Compact fits into the grand scheme of handgun sizing can be perplexing. If you are familiar with the Glock G19, then just think Glock G19 and you will have your answer. While quite a few reviewers of firearms expend any number of rounds through a firearm before reviewing them, I prefer to review a firearm almost right out of the box. I like to unbox them, field strip them, lubricate them according to the manufacturer's recommendations, or, based on my own experience, take them to the range and shoot them. And I like my viewers to experience, as best as I can convey, what I experience when shooting them. Of course, I cannot expect you to experience the ataraxy that I feel when a firearm is running perfectly, nor do I expect you to feel the frustration when things are not going quite as expected. But, and hopefully, I can convey the facts of the shooting experience. Once thoroughly cleaned and properly lubricated, the CZ75 Compact was ready for some range time. MagTech 124 grain FMJ served as the base evaluation fodder for some 6-hour V-Crown 124 grain and 147 grain passing through for defensive load testing. A silhouette target was set at 7 yards for function and accuracy testing. Once I figured out how the pistol liked to be aimed and the trigger pulled, I would move on to my favorite drill, the Mozambique drill, to test double action to single action transitions. The CZ75 Compact does not have the trigger of the CZ75V Omega, which is a much nicer trigger. The trigger pull of the CZ Compact is 11 pounds and 13.1 ounces in double action mode, and 5 pounds and 4.3 ounces in single action mode. The double action trigger travel is long. It begins with a little free-floating take-up, as the trigger is pulled, an audible and tactile click presents itself. This is the safety notch, or the quarter cock position. The trigger can rest at this point, wherein the pistol is in double action mode. At this point, there is a little bit more free play in the trigger. Continuing to pull the trigger to the rear, which seems like a long distance, the hammer drops. Up to that point, the pull is smooth. The trigger does not stage at any point in the trigger pull. However, with practice, you can determine a point at which the trigger is about to break. The point is more of a sense of where the trigger finger is during the trigger stroke. It is a developed feeling through practice. With practice, you can sense the position of the trigger before the break. This is a useful feature for target shooters and who are not under a time constraint. In defensive mode and with normal trigger operation, the staging point is easily passed, but is still present if you look for it. In single action mode, there is quite a bit of take-up until a slight resistance is felt. After this, there is a slight bit of weighted travel to work through until the hammer drops. The trigger break is crisp in both double action and single action modes. Reset, however, is fairly short, and reset point is detected pretty easily. The magazine release button takes a shift in my grip to press, but the magazine drops cleanly. Magazines fall free and without interference or hang-up. Likewise, the mag well is easy to find, and magazines are inserted easily and lock up tight. The front and rear sights, while small, are easily visible, even with my old eyes. Some of that is attributed to the fact that the sights are fluorescent and glow. Under bright sunlight, they are excellent. Under low light conditions, a quick blast with a light source brightens them up. The sights on the CZ pistols are a complaint by many. They seem to work for my old eyes. A good set of night sights would be an improvement, I suppose, but the standard sights work for me. The safety lever is well defined and quick to work. A simple pressing down of the lever with the thumb, as with the 1911 pistol, to take it off safe, and a press upward to place the pistol in the safe mode. There is no decocking. The safety acts just like that on a 1911 pistol, and those accustomed to a 1911 will have no issues with the safety lever. The CZ75 Compact did quite well. No failures of any kind, apart from those of the shooter. The CZ75 Compact performed flawlessly, which is something that I have come to expect and respect from these pistols. For a compact pistol, the ergonomics of the grip and weight of the pistol makes it very pleasing to hold, and felt recoil is very mild, but snappy, due to the short barrel of the pistol. The grip is slightly shorter than the full-size CZ75, and is comparable to a Glock G19, which means that my little finger is right at the bottom of the grip, and is resting on the magazine base plate, which is of polymer. Accuracy of the pistol is more than this shooter can wring out of it. But Mozambique drills, double-action first shot is a challenge, keeping the sights aligned and on target throughout the trigger pull. Transition to single action also takes some getting used to. I was practicing from double action, condition 2 from the quarter cock rest, and single action, condition 1, first shot shooting. While I prefer condition 1, I am also very comfortable with condition 2. And that would be the way that I would carry this pistol, as I do the Beretta and other CZ pistols. So let me quit babbling and let you see how the CZ75 Compact and I worked out at the range. This is the point in my reviews where I tell you that the firearm under review can be concealed. So I will. CZ75 Compact can be concealed. Any holster that the full-size CZ75 can fit into will also house the CZ75 Compact. I will say, however, that this CZ75 Compact will never feel Kydex on its surface, as long as I own it. As with any concealed carry, doing so requires planning, the right gear, the right dress, and the right attitude. For my needs, let me introduce a few holsters that I use. One leather holster option is from Simply Rugged Holsters, the Cumberland holster. I have this holster for several of my pistols, to include any 1911, the Glock G41 and G34, the Beretta 92 M9, and one has been ordered for the CZ75, which includes the CZ75B Omega, the CZ75BD, and the CZ75 Compact at this time. Two holsters that I like to use are designed to fit the CZ75B, the Felco A112 Hawk, and the Craft shoulder holster system with mag pouch. The Gelco Miami Vice and Miami Vice 2 shoulder holster systems, albeit more expensive than the Craft system, are also excellent choices. Another holster is the Cuda holster from Simply Rugged Holsters. This holster has belt slots for use as an OWB holster or straps that can be purchased for IWB carry. It is a common thought that when you carry a full-size pistol that you might want a smaller version, either for a backup firearm or even as a primary carry under certain conditions. CZ75 Compact certainly fits into that mindset. At first, I was unsure about the CZ75 Compact. I did not need one, but my curiosity got the best of me. I am glad that I succumbed to my curiosity. For someone who likes this kind of platform, the CZ75 Compact will serve you well. So, the question is, would I carry the CZ75 Compact? The answer is a resounding yes. In fact, it is one of the few pistols that I enjoy carrying. The weight tells me that I'm carrying something substantial, and that gives me some confidence in the firearm, should I need it when the elephant arrives. If you are in with the Polymer Wonder 9 crowd, you owe it to yourself to become familiar with the old world products that are just as relevant today as they were in their heyday. And who's to say that their day is over? It will also make you a more rounded shooter. And, incidentally, the Glock design is over 30 and 1/2 years old. Although it has been in service since 1982, the design began around 1979. So that makes it old school. Once again, I am happy to say testing and evaluating this pistol has been a joy. With the market currently geared towards slim and polymer concealed carry pistols, it is easy to overlook something like a CZ75 variant. During the evaluation period, I began to think about my current carry system and the possibility of going to CZ permanently, while hoping that I do not need therapy for thinking such. While I will not be hanging up the 1911 anytime soon, I think that the CZ75 Compact has earned a longer stay, as has the Beretta M9. I am certain this gun will be revisited for a follow-up review. Opinions sometimes change regarding carried pistols. I know mine have, out of necessity, but I can say with confidence that the CZ75 Compact is one heck of a compact pistol, a true working pistol, and that is all I have to say. Let me end this review by saying that more gun and gear reviews are forthcoming, and that I hope you enjoyed this one. Until I see you again, stay safe out there.